Welcome everybody to Elite Mob Podcast. Sitting here with Mob Miz and then myself, Took Timbo. We're gonna go ahead and give y'all some AEW Double or Nothing predictions for tomorrow night. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull up the list here, or pull up the card, I should say.
Correct.
And let's start with the Hurt Syndicate versus Sons of Texas. Um, I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and say Hurt Syndicate keeps it with maybe some help from MJF. Um, it's just they're still early in their title reign, I think, and I mean I really enjoyed Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, but I don't see them winning it, so not yet, at least. So
I I've been on another podcast with this prediction. Um, I do wanna change it and go with the syndicate because I thought there would be more maybe MJF Cedric interaction going into it.
dude,
But you know what? I'm gonna stick with my same prediction. Um, I'm gonna say that some way, form, or fashion, MJF cost the syndicate the tag
oh,
titles and the Suns win.
okay, yeah,
Sammy, and your boys from Texas,
yeah,
uh,
no,
Sammy and Dustin leave with these titles. Um, that's gonna be my prediction. I do think there'll be shenanigans and there'll be a lot of stuff to get there for them to do that. And right now, without there being anything with MJF and Cedric during the week, which I expected, could
yeah,
change that, but I'll just stick with my prediction. I don't think that MJF is really falling for this.
no,
I don't see it.
hopefully not, because yeah, I think they're pulling his leg or something happened with the contract, or maybe it's MJF scheming up a plan or something. So,
I think that at least Lashley signed Cedric Alexander. I don't think he signed MJF's name. I don't know if this leads to a um I'm kind of, if I was gonna say a faction, I would say maybe a rebrand of the Pinnacle. Maybe we
right,
see a Wardlow return, FTI, Stoke. Um, I don't see the Hammerstone Holiday.
coming in just
thing.
yet. Uh,
No,
Maybe not at
definitely. I mean,
all. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and that sucks because I'm a fan of both of them. I do like that group, and I would have loved to see that go that way. But if we ever see it, I believe that will be at a Dynasty pay per view specifically.
Why's that?
I mean, they're the Dynasty.
Okay.
The,
Okay. Yeah. No. There you go.
that's why I expected it the last pay per view, or I probably wanted it more than I expected it. Um, but I would just expect if you're gonna bring out the Dynasty, it's gonna be
Yeah.
around that pay per
Yeah.
view at
Dynasty.
least.
Yeah. That's gonna be like next year, bro. Isn't that in April? Yeah. We just passed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why now I don't see it making sense right now. So if he was gonna put together a team, it's gonna be the Pinnacle. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Or
if
like a
they're
revamped version, at least. Yeah.
yeah, revamped because I don't
Yeah.
believe that all of the same people would be in it, but I
Right.
believe it'd be a revamped
Yeah.
version.
Yeah. I don't even know Wardlow would come back or not. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I don't
that would be cool.
the
But
the
there's just no really word on about his injury.
yeah, I guess the question with Wardlow with me would be is do they add on injury time or not? Because if they do and he's
Yeah.
injured, he could be there for a while. If if they
Yeah.
don't,
Good.
or maybe he's not injured, maybe his contract's expiring. So I mean, I guess that would be the probably the biggest curve or question to answer. Um, I
Right.
don't think AEW would let Wardlow walk out the door without trying something with him. I
Yeah. They
do
got
know
to.
he has a level. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer them, you know, I think they had opportunities, but I'll just say that
Yeah.
hopefully
Okay.
Wardlow's back up soon.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we'll do Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. Who'd you pick in the
I'll make it
stretcher
short
match?
and
By the way.
simple. Yep, I'll make it short and simple, and then you tell me how you feel. Um,
Okay.
Rico lost the first match to him. I believe he wins this one. I believe this is a potential match of the night contender because both of
Yeah.
these guys are put on the show for you. But I believe Ricochet wins. How do you feel?
Um, I was leaning towards that too. You made a good point with Mark winning the first one, but I think for the sake of the card, they might have like this be their good guy wins match. So I'm going with Mark Briscoe to win. So we don't
Uh,
know how the finals are going to happen. It's not predictable, so there might be a couple upset fans. It's pretty much the two final matches are split 50-50 between each wrestler competing in it because
yeah,
50% are going with Hangman, 50 Will Ospreay, and then you could say the same for Mercedes and Jamie Hayter. So there's going to be upset regardless. So I think they need a couple of feel good wins, and I think this match with Mark Briscoe is going to be one. So
that, I respect that. And I wouldn't be against it. I don't think that this would hurt Ricochet at all if he lost.
no,
In a good match. So I don't
right,
disagree with you, bro.
cool. All right, Okada versus Speedball Mike Bailey. I picked Okada to retain. I but I know other people are saying Speedball because if Okada drops the belt now, he can go on to face Kenny Omega, and we don't have to worry about them putting together the titles. So I almost wanted to change it for that reason, but I'm just going with my gut. I think Okada pulls out the win. So
Um, yeah, I would love for that to be a realization because you know how I am. We've been on record talking about how we're fully against the split or
yeah,
the combination of those
combination.
titles.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, Okada wins. Um, I don't know if that means the titles do go together, but I think this will be Speedball's first loss. Um,
yeah, could be his
think
first singles loss.
I think what and I kind of touched on this before. This is we're watching the ascension of Okada right now. AEW is gonna give him his just due that he deserves.
Yeah,
Um, Speedball right now came in and he's had a real good run. Losing doesn't he's not buried. He's not going to the back of the card. Um, but he's not beating Okada.
mm,
So Okada.
yeah, I don't think so. There you go. All right, let's do Paragon versus Don Callis family. I have the Don Callis family winning. Uh, I don't really have a reason. That's just kind of what I guessed. So,
Yeah.
uh, and I think if they win, then Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher get their one-on-one. So that's really my only predicament about it.
I keep it 1,000 with you. You nailed it. That's the only thing that matters. I think we've seen the face off with Fletcher and Cole at
Yeah.
the announcers table. Um, Only way for that to make, I mean, I guess you could get that other ways, but the most logical way for that to make sense is for the Don Callis family to win.
Mhm.
They also have the better trio. I mean, I don't,
Yeah, I mean Takeshita and Josh Alexander. I mean the
yeah,
weapon.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. So I don't think it's far fetched that you're absolutely right.
yeah.
Don Callis family should win. It looks like they should win, which would lead inevitably um to
Hopefully
the
at All In. Uh, Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher. That would be a big match for TNT Championship for
Fletcher.
All In.
I think I mean for what it's worth, and this doesn't mean that he's gonna be the very because I'm Cole gotta put together some matches before we get there, right?
Yeah,
Um, but I do believe Kyle Fletcher, whether it's that night or another night, is our next TNT champion for
no-
AEW.
right, for sure. Um, Another exciting thing about this pay per view right now is like we're finally going to get some matches at All In. Like we'll start to know what it looks like. So,
Yeah,
we got our tickets and everything. So I'm ready for that, man.
yeah. Listen, man. I'm ready too. So, I mean, we're getting down to the nitty gritty,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
it's we get to find out what's going on. Um, and I think Fletcher that night might leave with the championship.
Oh
If
yeah.
yeah,
I'd
and
be screaming, bro. I'd be like
y-
yelling in the stands. Hell yeah. I'm
bro,
a Kyle Fletcher fan. So
yes, yes. Especially if you went back and looked at the comments like from 6 months ago with the haters.
mm,
Uh, next one, who is this guy, bro? Do you
oh
not see him?
yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
dude.
you. Yeah, you know, he has an argument like it's crazy. Um, sometimes the protege passes the teacher.
Yeah. We might see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even you. I know you
Don't
know what
say
I'm talking.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about, and he has it.
Dude,
He
he solidified himself when he shaved his hair and he went on that speech going, "Why, Kyle? Why?" And
Yep.
after he did those things, yeah, he was
And
like
listen,
solid for
listen,
me. I was like,
listen. The pink works for him.
yeah,
The way he does his entrance now, where he
yeah,
like has, it's not like he has something now, right?
right.
Um, the proto star.
He's got the nickname, and
I
yeah,
don't I don't
he's
want to
good.
bring up his mentor's name again, but and I didn't yet. But sometimes the young pup passes you,
Yep.
and we might be watching that.
Learn from your
So
mistakes. Yeah,
uh, so I mean I'm all in with him. Anything they
yeah.
want to do with him. I think I said on record, and I'll end it with this. I think on one of our first episodes is when it comes to Kyle Fletcher, he only fails if you fail him. He
Hmm.
has everything to be. Remember, you said Randy Orton, I believe, on that
Yeah,
same stream.
he's a young Randy, I think.
Yeah,
He,
he's cut from that cloth.
yeah, for sure. So
Fail him or give him the world,
yeah,
because
he's
it's up to you.
hopefully like at the beginning of Randy Orton's run in WWE was awesome, but towards the end it's like it's not good anymore. It's like I just hope they don't do that with Kyle Fletcher. Like
Yeah,
give him all this badass runs and then just like stop his momentum out of nowhere, pun intended. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It sucks. It sucks. Um, and it happens to some of our favorites, but it would
yeah,
be a shame to see it happen to him. How good he looks right now. So
exactly. Yeah,
pause. But how good he looks like wrestling, the way that his presentation, his aura, his history, he has everything to be, yeah. I mean, you
to
can
be a
make him,
top guy. Yeah,
yeah, you can make him the guy in any company you want to. It's just up to you
yeah,
because
that's
he
right.
has it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's do another. Well, actually, it's just a tag match. I thought it was a trios, but no, it's FTR versus Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia. I've got FTR winning this one because they're this is fresh off a Turnhill, so they're got to win their first big match, I think. So,
Sure.
and maybe Daniel Garcia turns on Nigel McGuinness. I don't know, but I've seen that thrown around out there, so we'll see.
Yeah, that would be my exact prediction. I think Danny, I think that is last promo, the last one he just did sums it up for you when he tells you he loves FTR, but he has to accept who they are.
Yep,
And I think that factors into him accepting that he's gonna go with them.
yep,
Um, he had a great pop as a baby face. It dwindled.
yeah, it did.
Him attacking, and that's not his fault. Him attacking Nigel is gonna give him the same pop. It's gonna give him the same pop as a heel. It's gonna happen. I think
Yeah,
he
for sure.
turns on Nigel. He goes, and that factors into what we said earlier. a different form of the Pinnacle. FTI,
Yeah,
Danny,
yeah.
you
Replace
know.
Sean Spears, you know. Yeah.
Yep. So um that's gonna be my guess. So I'm gonna lean and pick FTI. If he doesn't turn, I would probably go with him and Nigel, but I believe fully that he turns and that FTI
Cool.
win this match.
Yeah. I think he needs it too, like you said. It's great for a baby face to have their moment, but it kind of dies quick right after. So
Yeah.
that's the big problem with. I don't even watch, but I know this just being on social media. That was a big problem with Cody Rhodes' run. It's like he should have turned heel or something after. So
Yeah. I don't want deep dive on Cody, but I'm gonna tell you one thing about Cody. He doesn't want to be a bad guy. And I
oh,
feel
personally, he don't.
and
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you like this. AEW wanted him to lean into it. Inevitably, it made him walk through the door. I'm gonna
Mm,
just tell you this: WWE fans keep doing the same thing. I think you're most likely, and this a bold take because he's under a big contract he just
yeah.
signed, right?
Oh yeah.
Before Cody turns heel for you guys, he'll walk back to AEW and get that AEW title opportunity. He doesn't want to be heel. It's that
Okay. Uh,
it's just like when you look at him, it's just not something he's gonna embrace. He don't want to do it. Um, I feel like that played a big part into him leaving AEW, where they wanted him to do that, or maybe pushed it on him, or even the fans booed him out the arena. Now,
right.
if you
Yeah.
yeah, so if you get to a point, and I feel like they did it to Jericho too, right? But
Yeah.
the and they overstep boundaries, some of these people. But the bottom line is, I think if you stop booing Cody Rhodes and you want him to be heel, it's more likely he goes back to AEW as a face than he turns heel for you.
Well, how long was his new contract?
Um, I I mean, I'm spitballing a little bit, but I want to say he signed like a 5-year deal. You know
Dang.
what I mean? So maybe he got 4 more years. But at the same time, though, if Cody Rhodes feel like he got booed out the arena, he might. I mean, he's a talent that probably could get out of a contract, ask for a release. There's
Mhm.
other things that could happen. I just don't believe, because if you look at the tea leaves, and this all ended at this, it looks like Rock came to him and said, "Become a heel." He said no.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not. He's not doing it.
Hmm.
He wanted him to do it. He wouldn't even do it for the Rock. Like that's the Rock. So
Yeah.
he's not doing it for you. You know, just leave it alone, bro. He
Oh yeah.
wants to be a good guy. That's it. But let's move on. I do want to see Cody in AEW again in the future, though. I
Yeah.
ended at
I
that.
I could see him coming back for sure. Let's go to Tony Storm versus Mina. I've got Tony Storm retaining. Um, Now my prediction is that Mariah May comes back and cost Mina the championship and throws her best friend under the bus, kind of in a way. So, and that'll lead to Tony versus, I guess, the finalist, but and then you can have Mariah May versus Mina uh, have a feud too. I guess we could end up seeing like 3 women's matches, which would be cool at All In. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, I can't even say anything because you stole my exact prediction. I
really,
believe that. Yeah, I believe Mariah shows back up, and people would expect her to cost Tony, but I believe she cost Mariah.
or
Um,
Mina.
excuse me. Yes, Mina. I believe you nailed it on the money. And that's under the assumption that Mariah May resigns.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
if she doesn't, I guess I would maybe expect Tony to win clean. Um, but if Mariah May shows up, I know a lot of people's gonna expect her to go for Tony, but I expect her to go for Mina. So I'd agree with you. Yeah, everything you said
Yeah.
on that.
So how about we'll go just a little off topic from that match, but Tekla. we were talking about her post earlier. She's all dressed up in like Arizona style. She got like boots on, a shirt that has a cactus on it, and then she made a post with emojis with a cactus and a smiley face. So that's telling us she's probably Arizona bound and she's going to show up somewhere. So I just don't know exactly where on the card. Maybe the TBS title. I don't know
That's
because
I'm thinking she attacks Mercedes.
yeah, no more Athena.
Not saying she doesn't. Maybe they're gonna be a group. I mean, maybe they both attack her.
Maybe.
But I
Oh,
think that
she
will be
brings
the
her in or
match.
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do believe Athena and Mercedes is still the all in Texas match, no matter what.
yeah.
Um,
That's what I think
but
too.
looking at the matches, yeah, but just looking at the matches, here's the thing. Say Mariah May won't resign, I could definitely see Thekla um jumping into that match. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
however you wanna put it. So it's 1,000% possibility. Um, if Mariah resigns, that's her spot. I think that match tells us if Mariah May will ever be in AEW again. Well, not again, but for the foreseeable future. If
Yeah,
she appears, she's there. If she don't, she's gone. Right?
right. Yeah,
Um,
it's
if
scary.
she's yeah, if she's gone, Thekla appears there. If she appears, I just see Thekla and Mercedes Monet being the money feud.
Yeah,
Even without a belt, or maybe even for one of the other belts, TBS or something.
yeah,
Um,
right.
so I feel like her costing Mercedes, Jamie moving on, and Thekla versus Monet for one of her belts is just best for business. Maybe even Thekla beating her after she loses the hater. And then remember, I was saying how Mercedes is gonna gotta break down,
Yeah,
go
that's gonna
through
be
it
it.
to
Our
yeah,
first
like
loss. Yeah,
lost, back to back. After you lost one title, Jamie said your future is to lose all those titles. Then you
right.
lose the her. Then you lose the Thekla for one of them, probably TBS because the AEW title. And then maybe you go lose the Osprey's wife, that British title. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then you're back at ground zero. Now the buildup comes for the AEW
no
women's title.
belts, Monet. Yeah,
No belts, Monet, but then eventually AEW Women Champion Monet.
yeah. Oh, it's coming. That's coming. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so
So
I
let's.
think it's
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say let's jump into the Mercedes versus Jamie Hayter match. Why not? We're already talking about it. So,
Let's go.
um, of course, I do have Jamie Hayter winning as well.
Yep.
I feel like it's her comeback moment. So, and we'll see that her versus Tony. We'll get a rematch there. So,
Yep.
and yeah, like I don't want to see the TBS champion face the uh, AEW Women's World Champion at All In. That's got to be two separate matches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Completely against it. Yeah, me
yeah.
too. Um, I think I touched on this a little bit before, but Jamie Hayter has the better story. I think she's the most logical pick. Um, she has the better story with Tony.
Yeah.
Assuming Tony wins. Her title reign got cut short due to injury. Um, Going into Forbidden Door, I mean,
Yeah,
hometown girl. There's just a lot there with Jamie Hayter where if you're the booker, she's the most likely
want to
winner.
win the championship too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But I'm not gonna change my pick, and it's not because I don't believe Jamie Hayter will win, because I kind of believe she will. Um, but I don't pick against Mayweather, which means I'm down to lose with Mayweather. You know? So I'm gonna take Mercedes, and if she loses,
mm,
I'll take the loss with her. But if I pick against her and she wins, I'm gonna be mad I didn't pick her. So I
and
just
stay with
yeah,
your gut, bro.
yeah. So I'm just gonna go with Mercedes and
Okay,
see where it goes. That's it.
yeah, there you go. Cool. Um, then we'll do. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page. I got, I'm a Hangman guy, so of course I'm going with Hangman Adam Page. That might be a bias thing, but I think Hangman needs to
Understood.
have that championship again, and he's believable to beat Moxley for it. So, not saying that Will isn't. I'd rather see Hangman dethrone Moxley. So,
Yeah. I listen. I won't disagree with you. Um, I think that people miss that a fun story in between a story, if that makes sense.
mm,
Um, when Osprey said, "I want you to bring that Hangman," right? That beat Moxley, because if I beat you, I know I could beat him. That told me for sure Osprey's losing.
really interesting.
Just tell you why, and I could be completely wrong. I already picked Hangman multiple times, anyways. Think
Yeah.
Hangman's the winner. But I think what that gives you is their story. So if he ever goes against Hangman for the title,
There you go.
I
Yeah.
think that's the story that he implanted there. I think he told you he can't beat him. I think he
Yeah.
told you. I think he flat out told you he knows he's not gonna beat him.
Lost to him twice already. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so I think that he's letting you know that eventually he'll
Yeah.
be ready to beat you.
That's
It's
probably
not now.
AEW secretly telling us too, like, hey, Osprey's not ready yet.
Not ready. I think he
Yeah.
told you. That's
Yeah.
that's what how I read it.
Yeah.
And I think that means eventually he will be, but I think that he's expecting to lose. So for anybody that thought he absolutely is winning, he already just prepared you.
Yeah.
He don't
So
think he could beat him. So he's not the favorite no more. You can't say that. He's the underdog.
no.
So if he
Yeah. He's the
loses,
underdog. Yeah.
yep. So if he loses, it's expected,
Yeah.
right? And they have a future story.
Yeah.
If he
So
wins, doesn't go nowhere, in
so
my
I did
opinion.
I did the poll on X. Was like, who's winning that double or nothing? Will Ospreay and Hangman, and I got about 300 votes on it, and it was they were pretty much neck and neck the whole time, but I think Hangman eventually ended up winning. I can pull up the exact percentage, but they were
Yeah.
50-50 with all those votes for a while.
Last time I seen it, there was 51-49. It was the
Damn.
last time I seen it.
Okay, let me double check. I'll scroll on my page. You got anything else to add to this? Will Ospreay and Hangman?
Nah, I mean, I think they cut the promo of the year.
Oh, definitely.
I think we touched on it a little bit, but I do believe that they hit the promo of the year. Um, they're two of the most believable guys in wrestling right now, and I think that's why I believed everything they said, and I believe that Osprey knows he can't beat him yet.
Correct.
He's trying to measure the bar. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't believe he could beat him, but he's saying if he can, he knows he could beat Moxley. But I think he admitted he knows he can't
He
beat you.
couldn't.
Yeah,
So,
so
so yeah,
that's
I found the poll: 52% Hangman and 48% Will Ospreay. It's close, but
so he went up one more percent.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's a close one, and I also believe that I touched on this. Osprey gets his moment in London,
oh yeah,
and I'm not, and people get it twisted. I'm not predicting Forbidden Door. I don't think that's early enough. I think Darby gets that title. I
the
think
first, yeah,
Hangman and Swerve both probably get that title. Um, I think when Osprey gets that title, it's gonna be Wembley all in, assuming it goes there
yeah,
next year, or maybe
2026. Yeah,
yes.
yep,
No title for Osprey in 2025. I don't see it.
yeah,
He's gonna chase. He's gonna be the king chaser of 2025. Like just like Cody was for the past
yeah,
year and a half until he got his title.
right,
That's what Osprey's gonna do in my opinion. But Hangman all the way.
yeah.
This
He's
is the
definitely,
match of the night. I'm gonna
yeah.
predict it now. Match of
Oh
the
yeah,
night.
it's got to be. Yeah,
Yes. Match of the night. But Hangman wins clean.
yeah, clean. Yeah,
No,
no
no
interruption. Yep,
clean.
yep. Uh, so let's move on to I guess the last match. Anarchy and Arena match. You got Matt and Nick Jackson with the Death Riders versus Who was it? Let me pull it up. Uh, got Kenny Omega, Swerve, Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Will Hobbs and Willow Nightingale. So,
So
man,
it's 6-on-6 this year.
yeah. Well, because they got the women involved now, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe that the women, I think AEW is going to change the game and let the women and men fight during this match. I think people got it confused if they don't think they're gonna. I think they've been hinting to that the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just not used to it, I guess. I saw a little bit in
Well,
TNA, but
well, put
yeah,
it like this: Megan Bain does intergender matches in GCW still to this day. Right now, she has a
and
match
she
coming up.
kicks ass.
Oh, she goes crazy. She has a match coming up like this week or within the next few weeks against another male. She does a lot of intergender matches. Um, a lot of wrestling companies do. WWE stopped doing it at a point, but I think AEW is leaning back towards it.
Hmm.
I believe we see Willow put someone through a table during
Oh
this
yeah,
match. That's not a woman, so not Marina.
it's gonna be
Talk
one of the
about
Jacksons. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's the easiest one for her to put through something. Um, so I do believe we'll see Marina. We've seen her tap people out. We've seen Willow try to hit the power bomb
Yeah.
on it. We've seen Moxley yeah, hit Willow. Like I feel like they've been building this up for a month now. So when
Mhm.
this match starts, don't expect the two women to just keep it women on women. I
No,
plan
they're
on them
gonna
going on.
switch out and yeah,
Yeah.
they're all gonna beat each other up.
They're gonna go all out. And honestly, it's scripted television. I appreciate it. Did you see? And this just a quick detour. Did you see Bully and Natty's debates back and forth this
I
week?
didn't know.
All right, so Natty is do blood sport now. I mean, I
Yeah,
love
she's
Natty.
not in
She's
WWE no more.
She is, but they're
Oh,
they're letting her. I think they're letting her do other things because they don't know what to do with her. I
oh,
wish she would have signed to AEW. I wish she would have. Especially she would have been able to jump in the last Owen Cup. But
yeah.
the bottom line is, she's cooking right now, right? And she tagged Bully, talk about she's gonna put him through a table. And he tagged back, said, I can't wait to beat the shit out of you and put you through a table. Like you're crazy. Like,
Hey,
bro, it's wrestling.
yeah.
Like let
It's
them
cool.
do what they gotta
Yeah,
do. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's not, he's not, I'm sure he's not going home and beating women. He doesn't have cases for that.
I
Like
know, bro.
let them entertain us, bro. So
Yeah,
if Willow wants to go out there and put Mox through a table through the top rope, I'm here for it, you know? Or essentially vice versa. I
yeah,
know they strong women. If they want to go through a table by one of this
yeah.
isn't domestic violence, it's
No,
scripted TV, bro.
right. Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I'm fine with it.
Just might give the kids the wrong idea. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
That's a
but
big thing, but I'm not getting into that.
yeah,
But
the thing is this though, right?
yeah,
And I won't deep dive. Bro, if that's the case, right? And I say this all the time. When you watch these TV shows, you know the things they're breeding.
yeah, right.
They're showing you how serial killers worked, how they got away with it. They're
Yeah,
showing so they're teaching them a lot worse than something they're telling you is fake, you know.
sure.
And
Yeah,
not to kill kayfabe, but I guess I don't have a big problem with it the way other people do. Like if Megan Bain want to go out there and put Willa Yuta through the announce table,
hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
cheer her on.
Me
Like
too.
I'm not.
Yeah.
That's it. You know. I mean, it is what it is. Who do you got winning
I
that
got
match?
I'm I got the bad guys winning. Death Riders and the Jacksons. Um, I think Gabe Kidd gets involved, but we also see Eddie Kingston return.
Yes, yeah, we do
So
for sure.
yeah,
Said
I
May.
hope so, man.
Said May. I'm
Said
holding
May.
him against. He said he'll be back in May. I'm holding him against his word.
Oh, I didn't know he said that.
Said that
Okay.
like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay. You got a good memory, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just and Gabe Kidd injured him. I feel like it's just kind
Yeah.
of
That's the perfect spot for him. Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I can't
Um.
wait to hear his theme music again. The world
Oh
is cold, bro.
yeah. Um. I just because Eddie's returning, I think the faces win.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
I'm
I might
I'm
have had
just
my pick backwards then. Yeah.
no. You
But
could be right. You could be
yeah.
right. But I just say if Eddie returns, I think they give them the win.
Yeah.
Um.
I could see that. The only reason I'd say like Death Riders winning and stuff is to make them look stronger going to All In. But
Yeah, they've been super
yeah.
strong. They've
Yeah.
been they've been super strong. I just think that Tony loves moments,
Yeah.
certain moments. So I think that if I had to throw like a prediction of how it goes, I think that Moxley, not maybe not specifically Moxley, someone's in a position where they could get tapped out or they could get pinned, right?
Yeah.
Gabe Kid comes out, you're expecting to save. But no, the king is here. You don't get the save. Your boy tapping out. Like
Oh yeah.
that's kind of how like maybe we see Eddie Kingston grab Gabe Kidd and hit him with the backhand
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
right before he gets into the ring, and we see like
Man.
Moxley get put to sleep by Joe.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think that Joe and Mox are done for that heavyweight title.
Hmm.
And I just don't think so, especially the way it lined up. Um, and that doesn't mean that I I don't believe it's an all in match. I don't even believe they maybe make it to another pay per view, but I believe they have another Dynamite or Collision heavyweight title matchup with Joe and Mox.
Maybe.
Um, which probably leads into the next batch of things because I don't expect Joe to get the title, but I feel like he's playing filler right now, and this match is like another part of
Yeah.
that filler, you know.
Because
Um,
after at the pay per view, we're still like 6 or 7 weeks out from All In, so there's a little bit of time there to do
yeah,
both. So
and that's why I think Joe fills up half that time, and
yeah.
I think the other half is probably for build up. They obviously could go a different route, but the match that just happened with Joe title, not Anarchy in the arena. Are we really past Joe? Is that what it looks
uh,
like? I mean,
if
I
Death
don't.
Riders win, yes, I could say they are. But
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
correct,
and
absolutely.
I can't wait for this pay per view tomorrow, man. I'm really excited about it. They always deliver. AEW always delivers on their pay per views,
Best
and
pay per views in wrestling, no
yeah,
question.
yeah,
Even the people that hate them tell you that. It's like they can't even lie about that part.
no, hell no.
But I believe that this will be a great show. Um, I think that we will get surprises. I mean, we touched on Mariah May, probably Thekla. Do you think we'll get any other surprise? Oh, and Eddie. Do you think
Eddie.
we'll get any other surprises? And I don't, preferably. Hold on. Let me make sure I clarify.
Okay,
Not returns. Not returns.
debut.
Um, debut. Thekla is obviously a debut, right?
Yeah.
So I want to lean towards debuts.
Mhm.
Outside of Thekla,
Oh, yeah.
do you
There's
think that?
one,
Yeah.
Cedric, but that's really my only one. Can't really think of any others right now.
Yeah, I think there's maybe a few that I and I just throw them out there because I believe that they're all options, right?
Okay.
Cedric is obviously I think in Thekla is the top two people outside of returns.
Hmm.
Um, the things that I would think that could make sense, and also remember, Camille could be a return too.
Yeah. Dang.
Let me just make sure I put her there because Tony announced she'll be back soon.
Okay.
So throw her there. Um, Debuts and not people that haven't been on this show. I believe a couple of those New Japan guys that contracts expired. I don't think that the WWE really has interest in them.
Mm,
Um, the Okada match could be a spot to watch because if Okada goes back to his true roots, he might want a New Japan group.
mm,
Um, and I feel like there's some people out there where might be able to put that group together, and they're
maybe.
just floating right now.
Hmm.
Um, it, one of them,
Oh
I
yeah, they
so
would be cool. Yeah.
I would just say there's a few NJPW guys to watch out for. Um, other than that, um, I mean, I'm hoping we see Sammy's wife come out.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen her.
I
Yeah.
mean, I not to like debut for a match, but I'd like to see her come out with him. That's
Yeah, just to see her, at
yeah.
least.
Shout out Tay Mello. I know she's working hard to get back. Um, other than that, I don't see any. I mean, I guess a fast stretch
Brock Lesnar. No, no, I'm
with
kidding.
the long hair,
Yeah,
um, looking
kidding.
like a Viking.
Heck yeah, man. You seen
Yeah,
those
no,
pictures too?
I guess War Dogs is potential
War
because
dogs. Oh, okay. Yeah.
War Dog because Gabe Kid. Um, Good Brothers potential. Um, same thing. Maybe for Kenny, maybe for the Bucks. Um,
Wardlow return.
yeah, absolutely. Especially could be part of that MJF.
Yeah,
You,
if
you know,
that plays out,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so definitely. I mean, I would absolutely love to see Wardlow. He out of everybody we just named, he might be the number one person I would love to see.
Yeah.
A appear at the pay per view. Um, other than that, I mean, just spitballing because I don't know contracts. I don't know what ones are expiring. What's going on? I know there's some interesting ladies around Marina that I mean, if their
Mhm.
contracts up,
Yeah.
that'd be interesting to see. Um, I do
Oh,
all.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
you with me, right?
Yes.
Um,
Talking about
I don't.
Shayna.
There we go.
Yeah.
That be interesting. Um, Ronda too.
Ronda Rousey. Yeah.
Maybe
She's
all
appeared on ROH already.
maybe all three of them, and that's what I mean. I know that WWE has interest in bringing Ronda back. I don't see why. I'm not typically the biggest fan of Ronda, but if Ronda heard that Shane is going to link up with Marina and they was willing to sign her too, I,
Hmm.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's some interesting things there, and then I also could factor in the stat coming to help Willow, and there's just some things like that there that could get in a little bit intriguing. Um, Outside of that, I don't think there'd be too many, and I don't. A lot of those surprises, I don't even personally think will happen. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess I'll throw Samantha in there too. I mean,
Why not? Yeah.
I guess we could throw her in there. Um, I don't think m- any, if many, if any of these things happen, but I
Mm.
do believe that they're all options. Um, for this card. Um, what would you say?
Uh, I'm right there with you. But the ones I talked about earlier, interfering with the matches and stuff, those are the ones I'm more leaning towards, especially Tekla with that post she made. And then I'm still a firm believer in Mariah May staying with AEW. So, uh,
Yeah,
yeah. And
I think
then
those two would make people the most happy
and
too.
Cedric too. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm under the belief Cedric probably already has a contract. Um,
Right.
I'd probably just trying to figure it out. I think they might have probably should have they probably should have pulled the gun um the other day,
Yeah.
but we'll see how it goes. But I do believe we're looking at a show that goes anywhere from a 7.5 being the low to a 10.
Yeah. It has potential to be a 10 for sure.
Yeah. So
I predict anywhere between 8 and 10. That's what
yeah,
I'll go with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Reason why I gave it a 7.5. Um,
We could have some disappointing wins, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
there's a few things that I'm looking at where I feel like it's probably the outcome that dropped it a point five for me. It's not the actual match.
Yeah.
But it has potential to shoot to the stars. Like this card, um,
Mm.
it has a little bit of everything. I mean, Osprey Hangman story is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You got the cinema, Ricochet stretching match,
Yeah.
Briscoe.
Right.
Um, Hurt Syndicate, Sons, great story. Mina, Tony, you're looking to see what happens there. Even
Yeah.
though no, the match is good, you're looking like there's potential for things.